This month's focus is on the thyroid. Did you know that up to 90% of the UK population and the US have undiagnosed hypothyroidism? That's underactive thyroid. Yes, the one that makes you fat. The thyroid is the master of your metabolism. It helps to keep your weight in check, your brain sharp, feeling positive and full of energy, and it keeps you warm. If you feel the cold easily, this is a sign of subclinical, meaning not optimal, underactive thyroid, which is hypothyroidism. Now, this could be the main contributing factor for your failing physical and mental health. So let's look at the main symptoms of an underactive thyroid. Feeling the cold, fatigue, constipation, weight gain. Now, this may be a later symptom. You may have suboptimal thyroid function and not be fat. Thinning of hair and outer parts of eyebrows, dry skin, depression or low mood, low libido, insomnia and poor memory. Now, what I find really shocking is the main likely cause of your hypothyroidism could be the fluoride in your water. Now, fluoride is a halogen in the periodic table, and so is iodine. Now, the problem is that fluoride is a bit of a bully, and any time an atom of fluoride and an atom of iodine are in the same vicinity, fluoride will displace it. Now, this is how having fluoridated tap water reduces the amount of iodine in your system. Now, the thyroid is very iodine thirsty, and it literally lights up and opens up when you consume it. Without sufficient iodine, your thyroid can't work correctly. Now, we naturally have low iodine diets in the UK and the US, unless you're consuming seaweed on a daily basis like they do in Japan. This month's focus is on the thyroid. Did you know that up to 90% of the UK population and the US have undiagnosed hypothyroidism? That's underactive thyroid. Yes, the one that makes you fat. The thyroid is the master of your metabolism. It helps to keep your weight in check, your brain sharp. Soy products are terrible for thyroid function. They literally shut down your entire endocrine system. Now, that's your hormonal system, including your thyroid. So watch out for soy in your foods, as it can be found in lots of so-called health foods. Always read labels. Now, I have a bit of a pet peeve with Herbalife products for this very reason. They're all soy protein isolate based. Now, the basics are if you have a climbing TSH over 2 and a lowered T3 under 4 and a T4 under 16, you have subclinical hyperthyroidism. Now, your doctor will say your results are normal if your TSH is up to 5 and your T4 is down to as much as 13. Now, this range is vast, and as a general rule, stick to the aforementioned test range if you feel you have symptoms. Now, if your results are the opposite way around and you have a low TSH of under 0.5 and a high T4 and T3, you have hyperthyroidism. That's overactive. Now, if you're correcting your thyroid function, you must always ensure your adrenals are working correctly. These are little walnut-shaped glands that sit on the top of your kidneys and secrete the hormone cortisol, your stress hormone. Now, if you haven't got that get up and go from your adrenals and they are fatigued, supporting your thyroid and increasing your metabolism without this get up and go will only further your stress on your system. But the question is, how do you know if your adrenals are fatigued? Now, I recommend a really simple test you can do at home called the Raglan test. The Raglan's test is an analysis of your blood pressure to determine the level of your adrenal health function. Now first, take your blood pressure by lying down and then take it again immediately after standing up. With a healthy adrenal function, the systolic blood pressure number, which is the top number, will rise 8 to 10 millimeters of mercury, or mm for short. If your blood pressure doesn't rise or drops, your adrenal glands are insufficiently functioning and can signify adrenal burnout, and you need additional support. Now you can test your body temperature at home to see if your thyroid is working correctly. Our body's temperature is a natural 37 degrees C. Now if your basal temperature is under this, then it's likely you have underactive thyroid. To test this, it must be done first thing in the morning before you get out of bed. Record it every day for a week, then calculate the median. Now, if it's lower than 37, then the chances are you have subclinical hyperthyroid. How to fix your thyroid. So for a healthy, functioning thyroid, it requires the following nutrients to be able to carry out the important T4 to T3 conversion. It requires iodine, selenium, zinc, iron, progesterone, glutathione, and cortisol. Now let's look at glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant of the body and is key to healthy thyroid function. Glutathione is necessary to move the active thyroid hormone T3 from the cell membrane into the cell's mitochondria. Now that's the cellular energy powerhouse. This is essential in order to use T3. Now if you can't get T3 into the cell, you can't use it. Now it's important to remember you can't absorb glutathione if you eat it. So don't waste your money on expensive glutathione supplements. You have to make glutathione in the body from 3 amino acids. Now this requires good stomach acid. Now if you've been taking stomach acid blocking medications, then this biotransformation will be blocked. So I would strongly recommend you consider stopping antacids and drugs that stop the production of stomach acid. Otherwise, you will not have a well-functioning thyroid or the ability to absorb your minerals and amino acids. Now, these are the individual proteins. Now, without stomach acid, you can't absorb the minerals zinc, selenium, and iron, nor can you break down proteins to turn them into amino acids, which are all vital for healthy thyroid function. So number 1, correct your stomach acid. Avoid antacids and the like. Don't snack so stomach acid can replenish. Eat bitter leaves pre-meals like radicchio and endive. Drink a shot of apple cider vinegar pre-meal. Eat real foods. And avoid fizzy drinks as the calcium carbonate inhibits stomach acid's production. Number 2, consume a varied diet with protein at every meal. Eat selenium-rich foods and zinc-rich foods. Beef liver contains all the vital nutrients you need for your thyroid health. I would recommend a palm-sized amount 3 times a week. Brazil nuts are high in selenium. Consume a handful a day. Oysters, if you like them, have the highest amount of zinc. If unattainable, beef liver is a great affordable option. Iodine. Now you can take 1 to 2 drops of Lugol's iodine, and that is all you need. Lugol's iodine is a water-based formula as opposed to an alcohol-based. Now Jean Lugol, a Paris physician, discovered this iodine was more soluble in water, so had a better absorption in the body. Iodine is not only vital for thyroid function, but acts like an immune shield for the body, so it's really protective against disease. Estrogen. Now, let's look at estrogen dominance. Too much estrogen in the body reduces the amount of progesterone in circulation, which is really important for a healthy thyroid. Our toxic environments contribute to excess estrogen, so make sure you are negating the effects where possible by ceasing the consumption of soy, using natural products and aluminum-free deodorants and non-toxic cleaning products in your home and laundry, and only use natural candles. This is why consuming grass-fed organic meat is hugely important to avoid the excess hormones they pump into our animals, and of course, consuming organic, local and fruit and vegetables. Avoid plastic like the plague, as consuming drinks and foods in them will drastically affect your estrogen levels.